Hi and welcome. I'm Sina. It's hot and humid here in Japan, in Yokohama. So we need some yoga poses to help us cool down. I'm going to share a yoga flow with you today that is fantastic to beat the summer heat. Before we start, we're going to practice a cooling pranayama, a breathing technique called Chandra Bhedana, which is referring to the moon energy, which is the cooling energy in our body. So all we're going to do is block our right nostril to breathe in through the left, and then block our left nostril to breathe out through the right. This is stimulating our left side of the brain, which will help to activate some cooling moon feminine energy in our body. This is a very effective technique to help you cool down on a hot summer day, but please don't practice this technique if you're pregnant or if you know that you have any other medical conditions. Before we get started, I also want to invite you to have 2 blocks or just 1 block ready. If you don't have any blocks, don't worry, you can still do this practice. It's just going to help you and make your life a little bit easier while we practice. To get started, please come into a comfortable seat. Have your hands rest gently on your knees. And then let's take in a big breath through the nose. Hold the breath at the top for a moment and open your mouth. Exhale, let it all go. Let's just do that right again once more. Great. One more time. Big breath in. And full exhale out. Now keep your left hand resting on your knee and take your right hand. Take your index finger and your middle finger and place them on the area between your eyebrows. And then go ahead and close your right nostril with your thumb. Take a big breath in through the left nostril. Take your ring finger, close your left nostril, open the right, and exhale out. Now switch, close right, open left, breathe in. Close the left, exhale through the right. Continue like that, breathe in left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. You can go ahead and close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Keep breathing in through the left and out through the right. Let's continue like that in silence. Continue, but make sure that you're sitting in an upright seat, breathing in through your left, breathing out through your right. Next time you breathe out through the right, lower your right hand down back to your knee. Keep your eyes closed. Continue breathing in through both nostrils. Come back to your natural, normal breath. And notice how you feel. Perfect. On your next inhale, blink your eyes back open. Sit up nice and tall. Make sure that you're comfortably seated on both of your sit bones. And then inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Maybe your gaze follows. And as we exhale, connect your right hand to your left knee and then extend your left arm just in line with your shoulder towards the back so that you can come into a nice upright seated twist. Maybe you can gaze back towards your left hand. Take one more breath in here. Exhale out. And with an inhale, draw your navel to the spine. Reach both arms back up to the sky. And with an exhale, twisting to the right, left hand comes to the right knee, right arm reaches back in line with your right shoulder, sitting nice and tall with every inhale. And then twisting open with every exhale. Maybe your head turns back. Take care of your neck. Just go as far as you feel comfortable. One more breath in here. Exhale out. Activate your core and inhale, take both arms up overhead again. From here, right hand comes down next to your hip and then reach your left arm all the way up and over to the right side, finding a nice side body stretch. Press your left knee down to the floor, breathing in deep here, expanding the length of your arm through the left fingertips. One more breath here. Maybe you want to make any movement with your left wrist. You could open up a little bit more by peeling your nose up to the ceiling or the sky. And navel to spine, inhale, both arms come up again. Same thing to the left side, left hand comes down, right arm reaches up and over. Really finding that expansion through the right side body. Pressing down, grounding through the right knee. One more big breath in here. Maybe moving your right wrist and peeling your nose up to the sky. Beautiful. Inhale, coming all the way up back to center, releasing both hands down. Now make sure that your right heel is in closer, a little bit more towards your pubic bone, and then your left leg is just in front of it. If you have a block, you might want to put that right out in front of you so that we can come into a forward fold, maybe resting our head on the block. You can adjust, of course, to any height. From here, inhale, sit up nice and tall, and with an exhale, try to keep your spine nice and long. You could sway a little bit side to side just to activate the hips a bit more and to stabilize into the spine, lengthening, finding these micro movements, releasing any tension out of your area, the muscles around your spine. When you're ready, walk your fingertips forward, and then maybe you're able to rest your head down on that block. Any height, remember, works. Press a little bit into the edges of your feet to keep that hip stabilization. And maybe you can, after a few breaths, lower the block. If you don't have a block, just keep your head hanging, or if you can, stack your hands on top of each other so that you can rest your hands on your fists. Anything works. Just working a little bit into opening, especially the left outer hip here. Taking another big breath in. And then tuck your chin to your chest, roll up all the way. Switching legs, we're going to repeat the forward fold on the other side. Bring the left heel in. Sitting up nice and tall, breathing in, and on your exhale with a nice straight spine, hinging from your hips, come forward. Apply some pressure into the edges of the feet. You could again find these little micro movements, kind of like you were trying to pull your vertebrae apart. Take one more breath here. And when you're ready, crawl your fingers forward. Now allow the spine to round and rest your head down at any height if you have the block, or on your hands. Working into the outer right hip here. Taking another Couple of breaths, just allowing this forward fold to go deeper with every exhalation. Last breath in here. Chin to chest, come all the way up into your seat again. Let's remove the block. And then from here, we're going to come up into a wide-legged forward fold. So just come up any way that works for you. And then work your way into separating the legs about a meter's width apart. If you have longer legs, a little bit longer, of course. Again, actually, let's take that block. Maybe it's going to help you come lower down to the ground with your head. Now turn your heels out a little bit more, your toes in just a bit, and then press into the outer edges of your feet as we inhale. Lengthen the spine, and as we exhale, your knees can bend gently, folding forward, trying to keep your spine nice and long, releasing your fingertips underneath the shoulders. Same thing here, a little movement through the spine should feel really nice. And whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and see if by pressing into the outer edges of the feet even more, you can lower down with the head. Maybe your hands are walking out a bit apart, holding your ankles. You could take a peace bind with your 3 fingers around the big toe. And then maybe you can allow the head to come down towards the ground a bit more. Don't worry if you're not there today. Next time, you have another chance. If your hamstrings are really tight, keep that gentle bend or a generous bend in your knees. Let's breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. Let's do that 2 more times. Breathing in. Breathing out. Last one here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release your fingers back underneath the shoulders. Lift yourself halfway up. And then go ahead and bend into your right knee and walk your hands out diagonally forward to the right here. So you're kind of trying to open your inner right thigh, pressing into the left edge of your foot, bend into the right knee. Make sure your knee doesn't cross the line of your big toe, so pushing your bum a little bit more back. Breathe here. Lengthening through the spine, the sternum, trying to keep your cervical spine in one line, nice and long. Expand it, extend it. One more breath here. And walk yourself all the way over to the other side, bending into the left knee, pressing into the outer right edge of the foot, and then crawling your hands out diagonally to the left in front of you. Breathing here, keep pressing into the outer right edge of your foot. Push your hips back. That's it. Big breath in here. Full breath out. One more. Breathing in. Breathing out. From here, we're going to walk our hands into a lunge position, turning the left foot towards the top of the mat, coming onto the back right toes, and then lengthening your spine here. The blocks can be handy just to lift the earth up a little bit more so that you can lengthen out of your spine, coming into that straight back. Breathing in here. And as we exhale, bring that right knee down to the ground. You can use the blocks and walk them back. Untuck the back toes and then lengthen out of the front leg, coming into this runner's lunge. Keep pushing your right hip forward and then pull your left toes in towards your face and push the ball of your left foot towards the left top corner of your mat. Left hip pulls back, right hip pushes forward. Spine is nice and long. Breathing here, feeling that stretch in the back of your left leg. One more big inhale. Exhale out. Beautiful. From here, rebend your left knee. Take both blocks, if you have them, to the inside of that left foot. Walk your left foot to the corner edge of your left mat. And then lift your right knee up by tucking your back toes under again, finding a lizard pose, opening into the hips again, really pushing into that right foot, keeping some pressure into the left big toe, keeping your attention on the left knee, not having it fall out to the side. So by pushing into the left big toe, you keep that left knee aligned, pointing towards the top. Big breath in here. Of course, if you want to lower your knee down, feel free to do so. Maybe you even want to untuck the back toes and lower down onto your elbows, depending on the opening and the flexibility of your hip here. Let's take one more breath wherever you are. And we're going to switch sides from here. Just step your left leg back into your tabletop position. And then step your right leg forward, coming into a nice lunge position, lifting the back knee off the mat, finding that length, pushing the feet away from each other down into the ground, expanding through the crown of your head and the back left heel. One more full breath in here. And left knee comes down to the ground. Untuck the back toes, maybe sliding your blocks underneath your shoulders and back. Pulling your left hip back, lifting the toes up towards the face. Left hip, pulling the right hip back, sorry. Left hip pushes forward, and then your right hip pulls back, trying to push the ball of your right foot out to the right top corner. You should feel a really nice, strong stretching sensation in the back of that right leg. Keep breathing here, keep lengthening out of the crown of your head. Careful that your left hip continues pushing towards the top and your right hip pulls back. One more breath in here. Good. Rebending into that right knee. Take both blocks to the inside. Walk the right foot to the edge of the mat. Lift back up into your lizard lunge. Make sure also that your feet are pressing away from each other here. And lengthening to the top of the mat and through the back of the left foot. You can stay here, working into your hips here, or if you want to take this stretch a little bit more into a deeper version, drop your left knee down to the floor, untuck the back toes, and maybe lower down onto your elbows. Keep that pressure in the big right toe to help your knee stay aligned. Let's take one more breath here. And from here, releasing, coming back into your tabletop position, removing the blocks for now, just towards the top of the mat. Tuck your back toes under and send your hips up into your first downward dog of this practice today. You can pedal your heels here, just finding this down dog, working into it, working into the length of the legs, working into the length of your spine, making sure all 10 fingers are firmly grounding into the ground, into the mat, pushing your chest back, lengthening in the spine and the backs of the legs. Take another full breath in here, full breath out. And then go ahead and walk your hands all the way to the feet at the back of the mat. Find your forward fold here. Head is heavy, shoulders are relaxed. Halfway lift, slide your hands up the front of the shins. Find a nice long spine. And exhale, release, forward fold. Chin to chest, roll up into standing. Coming all the way up, press into your feet. Rising through the crown of the head. Wonderful. From here, I'm just going to turn. You can stay at the back of your mat so you can see me better. We're just going to do 3 times. And inhale, rising the arms up all the way up overhead. And as you reach up overhead with your arms, come up onto your toes. On an exhale, arms and heels back down to the ground. So that 2 more times. Inhale, arms reach up, heels lift. Exhale, arms down, heels ground. 1 more time. Inhale, arms reach up. Maybe the gaze follows. Work on your balance. See how you can manage. And exhale. Bring your heels back down, arms back down. Awesome. Still at the back of your mat, we're going to fold forward, hinging from the hips. Hands come back down into our forward fold. Relax your neck. And from here, walk yourself into a plank pose. Bring your palms all the way forward. Find a nice strong plank here. We're not here too long, just to really engage and activate our core. Take 1 more breath. And on an exhale, knees bend, bring the knees down. Just a few rounds of cat-cow here, finding spinal mobilization. Inhale, reaching the crown of the head up, rolling the shoulders back, pressing into the tops of the feet. Exhale, rounding the spine, chin to chest. Really press everything into the mat. Lifting up from the earth. Inhale again. Finding that gentle expansion in the front body. Exhale, round your spine. 1 more round. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Shoulders roll back. And exhale, round your spine. Draw your navel in and up, chin to chest. Good. Come back into your neutral table tuck and tuck your toes under, back into downward facing dog. Finding your down dog with a nice long spine, pushing the chest back, making sure that you roll your shoulders out and away from the ears. Keep pressing into the index finger and the thumb, grounding through the fingers, pushing the chest back, lengthening the spine. And then see if you can keep the hips high and extend through the backs of the legs, taking the heels closer towards the mat. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Looking up towards the top of the mat, take your right leg and come into pigeon pose. Bring the right knee behind the right wrist. Slide your left leg back as far as you can. And then make sure that your hip bones are facing forward. So depending on your flexibility of the hips, you have a bigger bend and tighter angle in your knee and your shin. From here, pushing into the top of the back foot, pushing into the outer edge of that right foot, come up onto your fingertips and just find a little bit of an expansion again in the front body, slight back arch here. And when you're ready, exhale, finding that length. You can crawl your fingertips forward. Maybe you can rest on your forearms. If you're ready to go any deeper, find your pigeon pose that suits your body today. And we're here for 3 breaths. Big inhale. Feel the expansion of your belly. And then complete exhale, release, let go. Your next inhale, take your hands back underneath the shoulders, lift yourself up, come to sit on your right hip, and take your left leg out in front of you in a diagonal. So we're coming into Janu Shirshasana, a seated forward fold. From here, inhale, reach your arms up overhead, and turn your body in the line of the left leg, face your left foot. And as we exhale, keep lengthening through the left leg as you reach your fingertips forward any amount until you ground your fingertips down onto the mat. Keep your spine nice and long. So this may look like that. Maybe it may look like this. Just find your nice straight spine and connect your fingertips to the ground. Now we want to keep engaging the top of the left leg by pushing the ball of the foot forward so that we can release the back leg and allow the muscles to lengthen and stretch here. You can find those micro movements again. And when you're ready, now allow your upper spine to round, maybe lowering yourself down a little bit closer with your nose towards your knee. We're here again for 3 breaths. Next inhale, chin stays at the chest. Lift yourself up, walk your fingertips in towards the body again. We're going to switch sides here. Bend into your left knee and then bring your right leg back as long as possible. Find your pigeon pose. Adjust your knee on the left side as much as you need out towards the edge of the mat. Flex your left foot to protect your knees. Slide your right leg back as far as you can. And then from here, come up onto the fingertips. Find that length in the front body again. And with an exhale, allow yourself to go deeper, finding your way onto your forearms, maybe taking a breath here. Now, when you're ready, go deeper if you can, or stay here. Whenever you found your final version of this pigeon pose, take 3 breaths. Your next inhale brings you back up onto your fingertips. And then take your right foot out in front of you, making sure that you can sit up nice and tall. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Turn your torso to face your right leg. Push through the balls of the feet. Activate the top of your leg and then exhale. Fold forward from your hips. Keep your spine nice and long. Connect fingertips to the ground. Find those little micro movements here. Just pulling your spine apart, kind of like you're creating space between your vertebrae again. And when you're ready, go ahead and allow yourself to go to any depth of this pose as much as you can. 3 breaths. On an inhale, slowly roll up, still turned in the direction of your right extended leg. Once you reach a final straight seat, turn back to the middle. From here, we're going to come onto our backs. If you have that block or one block or some books ready, take them with you so that you can access them when you're lying on your back. If you don't have any blocks, you could go ahead and simply put your legs up on the wall. We're going to come into a bridge pose first, a supported bridge, which you can do without a support, or you can skip bridge pose and then go directly with your legs up on the wall. So we're going to come onto our backs. Soles of the feet are coming closer towards our buttocks. Feet are parallel to each other in line with your sit bones. And then from here, lift your hips up. If you have anything that you can prop underneath, it could just be a pillow. It doesn't have to be a block or a rolled up blanket or something that you can rest your hips on. to find this supported bridge pose. We're here for 5 breaths, allowing this very gentle inversion to relax our body. You can close your eyes down already, noticing your breathing, noticing if you can already feel how your body is cooling down. Letting the breath naturally stream in through the nostrils and allow it to leave through the nostrils again, leaving you more calm and relaxed. Your choice now, you can stay in this supported bridge pose, or if you would like to lift your legs up, bring one knee in closer to your chest and then the other, and then extend your legs up into the air here, allowing the blood to flow and reverse the other way. This can also be done on a wall, so you can come and rest your legs against the wall, which is a little bit more restorative than this version. Whatever alternative you choose, we're here for 6 breaths. Bending your knees again, taking your feet down to the ground, lift your hips up, remove the block out of the way. And for a final twist, take your arms out in line with your shoulders, bring your knees in closer to your chest, and then just roll over to your right side. Inhale back to center, exhale over to the left. One more time, inhale to center, exhale to the right. Rest your legs down here, keep your shoulders grounded. Maybe your right hand wants to release on top of the left knee. Your gaze could turn towards your left hand. See if you need to lengthen and lift your upper body up again so that you have a nice long spine. Take big breaths into the belly and full exhales out. On your next inhale, release your hand, bring your knees back up through center. Allow them to drop over to the left side. Connecting your hand on top of the right knee, maybe your gaze drops over to the right side. Breathe here into the belly, big belly breathing. Allowing the nervous system, the parasympathetic part of your nervous system, to relax and rest. By breathing deep into your belly, we're signaling our body to activate the rest and digest part of our nervous system. Take one more full breath in here. Exhale out. Head and knees back to center. Hold the tops of your knees or the backs of your knees. And then just go ahead and simply roll a couple of times, kind of like massaging your spine. Let's do that once more. And then coming up into a seated position. You can close your eyes for a moment here, trying to align head over heart, heart over pelvis. With your eyes closed, just take a moment to notice how you feel. How did this practice make you feel? Go ahead, bring your palms together in front of your heart. Gently bow your chin to your chest. Take a big breath in. Full breath out. And then go ahead, blink your eyes open anytime you're ready. That's it. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope this practice has helped you to gain some extra energy without breaking a sweat. And I wish you a fantastic summer. Please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this practice. Take care. See you again soon. Bye bye.